Welcome to the One in the Many. My name is Arshak Benlian. My purpose with the One in the Many podcast is to explore the process of integration as developmentally formative and therapeutically corrective factor in human psychology. The One in the Many is the study of how conscious life differentiates identity, integrates relation, regulates itself under constraint, and sustains direction through time. Subscribe to the One in the Many podcast and connect with me by writing to abenlian@oneinthemany.net. Every meaningful form of work involves uncertainty. The difference between productive work and pathological work is not whether uncertainty exists, but how it is treated. The modern confusion between creative and operational work is not merely semantic. It is structural. It reflects a deeper failure to understand the role uncertainty plays in the life of the mind. The law is simple. Creative work uses uncertainty as material for integration. Operational work eliminates uncertainty through execution. When this distinction is respected, work becomes coherent and sustainable. When it is violated, anxiety and burnout arise as predictive consequences. Creative work begins in openness. It begins in the presence of life possibilities, unresolved relations, incomplete structure. Whether one is designing a strategy, diagnosing a problem, writing an argument, developing a product, or reframing a relationship, the first state is not clarity, but indeterminacy. Uncertainty in creative work is not noise to be suppressed. It is the raw field within which differentiation, constraint discovery, and integration occur. The mind must ask, what matters here? What are the boundaries? What are the variables? What constraints govern the field? What would count as a good answer? Progress in creative work does not consist in immediate decisions. It consists in shaping the field of possibilities, bounding it, articulating it, structuring it, until it becomes intelligible. At that point, uncertainty has not vanished, but it has acquired form. The future is no longer opaque. It is navigable. The error in creative work occurs when certainty is demanded prematurely. When the mind is pressured to close before it has integrated, it substitutes assertion for understanding. The result is brittle structure, ideas that cannot withstand contact with reality and must be constantly repaired. This repair cycle is one of the central engines of burnout. To create is to tolerate structured openness. To demand closure too early is to abort integration. Operational work is fundamentally different. It presupposes structure already exists. Its task is not to generate integration, but to apply it reliably. In operational work, processing transactions, executing plans, fulfilling orders, maintaining systems, enforcing standards, uncertainty is friction. It is error potential. It is deviation from defined constraints. The objective is clarity, consistency, repeatability. Here, the correct relationship to uncertainty is elimination. Questions must already be answered. Boundaries must already be set. The definition of done must be explicit. Success consists in reducing variability, not expanding possibility. Operational work collapses uncertainty. It converts decision into action and action into completion. The error in operational work occurs when uncertainty is indulged unnecessarily, when settled processes are reopened, when decisions are endlessly relitigated, when execution is interrupted by conceptual wandering. In this domain, openness does not produce innovation, it produces inefficiency. To execute is to respect closure. To reopen settled structure is to dissolve order into chaos. The pathology of modern work arises from treating these two modes as interchangeable. When creative work is evaluated with operational metrics, speed, output volume, immediate deliverables, the shaping of uncertainty is cut short. Insight is replaced with approximation. Rework proliferates. Effort increases while meaning declines. This is the soil of burnout. Conversely, when operational work is infused with perpetual reinterpretation, when every execution cycle reopens fundamental questions, closure never stabilizes. The individual remains in a state of suspended readiness, unable to discharge responsibility. This is the soil of chronic anxiety. In both cases, the failure is not motivational, it is classificatory. The wrong cognitive stance is applied to the wrong task. Healthy work requires rhythm. Creative phases must be temporally separated from operational phases. There must be protected space in which uncertainty is shaped without premature demand for deliverables. There must also be protected space in which structure is executed without being destabilized by constant reframing. The transition between these phases is decisive. It occurs when the field has been sufficiently integrated that uncertainty is local rather than global. At that point, closure is not forced, it is earned. The disciplined alternation between openness and closure is not optional. It is intrinsic to the logic of integration itself. No system, biological, cognitive, organizational, can remain indefinitely open or indefinitely closed without degeneration. When uncertainty is neither shaped nor closed appropriately, the nervous system bears the cost. If openness persists beyond its epistemic role, vigilance becomes chronic. Anxiety is not merely an emotion, it is the experiential signal of unresolved uncertainty without a path to closure. If closure is demanded before structure exists, effort multiplies without integration. Burnout is not merely fatigue, it is the exhaustion of enforced certainty unsupported by understanding. These are not moral failures, they are structural outcomes. The principle may be stated plainly. Use uncertainty to generate structure when creating. Remove uncertainty to preserve structure when executing. The distinction appears simple, yet it is foundational. it determines whether work strengthens integration or erodes it. An organization or an individual that learns to classify work correctly to protect creative shaping from premature closure and to protect operational execution from destabilizing openness aligns itself with the underlying dynamics of cognition. Such alignment does not merely improve productivity, it restores proportionality between effort and meaning. And that proportionality is the condition of sustainable work. This is the one in the many. The principle of life is the process of integration from a single cell to an ideal human being. The story of life unfolds through integration, from a single percept to a library of knowledge. Through virtue, reason, honesty, independence, selfishness, productivity, you set your values, purpose, to achieve self-esteem and happiness. Through time and energy, from induction to integration to reduction, the smallest particle unifies matter, and the highest purpose unifies your life. You, the one in the many, matter. May you integrate your life with value-driven days.